Welcome to this impromptu open fight night episode. The matches on this card was originally supposed to be part of the Halloween special that I had planned on doing, but obviously that didn't happen. That didn't work out. So since I already had these matches planned out, I thought about turning them into separate videos. I ended up changing my mind, and that's why this impromptu open fight night episode is happening. And we're kicking off this episode of Open Fight Night with John Cena, freaking one of the members of the Unwashed. Unfortunately, after he was gone for a while, for some reason the Unwashed welcomed him into their ranks, and that's the only reason why he was able to get a job back in this company, I guess. So now he works for the Unwashed. He might be a babyface again in WWE right now, but he's still a fucking dick toward, in my opinion. I freaking still cannot stand a freaking jackass. Now I just wonder who the heck his opponent is. The crowd's popped for it, apparently. And whoever it is, freaking everybody in this arena is hyped for it. Oh my god. It's Sting! We haven't seen Sting since he beat Undertaker at Final Hunt. The first Final Hunt. Holy shit, freaking... It was crazy enough when Sting came back in AEW to help Darby Allin. Now he's apparently coming back here, and he's wrestling again! In video game form, obviously, but fourth wall break. But still, I was never expecting Sting to come back. Honestly, after he had his match with Undertaker, I thought he was gonna retire freaking for good, but I guess he's back! Freaking my friend Juggalo Gamer is gonna be geeky when he sees this. So we're freaking kicking the show off with Sting and John Cena. Crazy as hell, man. And let's get this opening contest between these two underway. And Sting immediately with a drop kick to John Cena. And now Sting with a kick to the midsection and a chop John Cena, but he blocked out into a headlock. And Sting just tosses the freaking jack off. Atomic drop by Sting to John Cena there, and a punch knocking him in the corner. Now Sting whipping John Cena in the corner. John Cena blocks the punch there. Just nails Sting with that punch, knocking him down. Running crossbody by Sting there. And John Cena with a belly-to-back suplex to Sting. Now John Cena picking up Sting, then a whiff the punch there, and Cena blocks that punch into a go-behind. And Cena slamming Sting down. And they both just punch each other there. And now Cena whipping Sting in the ropes. Arm drag to Sting there by John Cena. And now Cena with a headlock on Sting. Headlock takeover. You know Cena doesn't want to lose his match. This is technically his first match outside of the 7v7 match since he joined the Unwashed. And he doesn't want to piss off Darkseid like Cookie Monster did. And Cena with a body slam to Sting there. Knee drop to Sting there by John Cena. Go behind by John Cena and Sting flips him over. Misses the elbow drop. What the fuck kind of DDT was that? I don't know what the hell that was, but it looked like Sting almost broke John Cena's neck, which would have been great, personally. Now, Cena with an armbar on Sting, whips him in the corner. And Sting puts Cena in the corner, kicked in the midsection of Cena by Sting there. And now Sting just grinding his knee against John Cena's face. Now Sting picking up John Cena into a headlock. And Sting with a body slam to Cena again. And now Sting picking up John Cena, punch to the face, and a chop to the chest there. And Cena blocks the punch there in an armbar. And Sting whips Cena in the ropes. Lutz has pressed by freaking Cena, now just repeatedly punching the icon. Now Cena picking up Sting. Now Cena with a pair of punches there, but Sting blocks the third one into an armbar. And Sting whipping Cena into a spine buster. I wonder if Sting ever did a spine buster in real life. Probably. I don't know. Cena flips him over there. And now Cena with a flips neck snap there. I don't know what the hell it's called. Flipping neck breaker. I don't know. Freaking. Cena just punches the Sting there, but he blocks that one. Into a go behind by Sting on Cena. And Sting whipping Cena into the corner. Punch to the face. And now Sting whipping Cena in the opposite corner. Tried to go for the Stinger splash there, but Cena blocked it. And now with another Luther's press, just more punches to the head of Sting. And now Cena whipping Sting into the corner. Oh God, now Cena, a gut-wrench suplex there. Now Sting punching Cena off of him. Kicked him section of Cena there by Sting. Whips him in the corner again. Now Sting going for a tombstone pile driver. And he nails it. And now Sting delivering some punches to this asshole's face. Turnabout's fair play, I guess. Now Sting picking up Cena. Punched the face again by Sting and Cena. And Cena reverses into a go behind. Shot to the back of the icon. And another punch there by Cena. Just fully punches there. And Cena nailing with that one. Hurricane Rana by Cena to Sting there. Knee drop the Sting there by Cena. And Sting blocks that punch and punches him in the face there. And Sting with just an uppercut there to Cena. And now Cena with a headlock on Sting. And now Cena with a suplex to the icon. Which he nails. And now Cena with another front flip neck breaker. Kicking midsection of Sting there by Cena. Now Sting with just a punch, a chop, and an uppercut, and a kick to midsection, another running cross body. And then missed the elbow drop there, kind of. And he missed it again. Another Luther's press by Cena, just more punches to the head of Sting. Again, Sting is like in his 60s, so I don't think he can take any more punches to the head like that. Go behind by Cena on Sting. And now Cena with a suplex of Sting. Another knee drop to Sting there by Cena. And another one. And now Cena picking up Sting. Running crossbody again by Sting there to Cena. And an elbow drop. And an elbow drop to the chest of Cena there by Sting. There's all the elbow drops by Sting there. And an armbar. Clothesline knocking him down. God damn, Sting. Kicked him midsection of Cena. And a chop. And an uppercut again by Sting there. Another headlock by Cena on Sting, who just slams him face first into the ring. Misses the elbow drop to the back there to Sting. Another kick to midsection by Cena. Just more punches and a headlock. And another body slam by Cena to Sting there. And now Cena picking up Sting. And now Cena with a freaking suplex into almost like a powerbomb there. I think this is usually how Cena sets up for the 5-knuckle shuffle. Yep, here comes this gay-ass hell move. No offense. Freaking screw you, John Cena. Freaking I can't see you, you freaking George-wearing prick. Oh God, now Cena's setting up with the attitude adjustment. Freaking goddamn it. And now Cena has Sting up for the attitude adjustment. And now Cena dragging Sting away from the ropes. Going for a cover is Cena. One. Only a 1 count. What the fuck, Sting? And Sting blocks the punch there into a headlock. Misses the clothesline. Dodges when Cena trying to go there. Whiffs the kick into a headlock by Cena and another one. And Cena with a body slam to Sting there. Another knee drop. And now Sting is back up. He's starting to sting her up. And a headlock by Sting. Clothesline knocks him down. And another one. Misses the clothesline to Cena there. And a body slam or power slam. One or two. And now Sting with the military press slam and slams him down. Just like the Ultimate Warrior. Kind of. Elbow cover Sting. 1, 2, and Cena kicks out. And now Sting going for the freaking Scorpion Death Drop. And now Sting going for cover and Cena. 1, 2, and Cena kicks out. Fuck. And now Sting with a headlock on Cena again. And Sting just punches him down. And now Sting with repeated punches to the head of Cena. Which Cena deserves. Why is the crowd chanting for Cena? Freaking who let the WWE fans in here? And now Cena with a headlock and a shoulder tackle. Oh God, he's going for the 5 moves of doom. That's just fucking great. And now Cena with this dumb looking powerbomb. And now Cena going for a cover. 1. Only a 1 count, thank God. Sting blocks the kick there. Trips him up. And they tried to go for the Scorpion Deathlock, but he wasn't able to get it on. And now Cena, belly-to-belly suplex. Can we seriously get these fucking WWE fanboys out of here? Seriously. And freaking Cena with a god-rank suplex to Sting. If anything, and can we at least get the people who are still cheering for John Cena out of here, even though he's supposed to be a heel? And Cena with the top rope leg drop, or top turnbuckle leg drop, sorry. Oh god, no, Cena. Trying to steal Sting's move, I think, but Sting reverses it into a DDT. And now Sting's going to show Cena how it's done. As he has him up for the Scorpion Death Drop. And now Sting, dragging Cena away from the ropes. Go for a cover, Sting. 1, 2, and Sting gets the win over John Cena. Thank Christ. Sting in his first wrestling match back since he beat in this company, at least since he beat The Undertaker a long time ago. And he beats his jorts wearing freaking Skittles, wearing freaking jackass. And all the Cena fans out there, especially my friend Jalen, if you don't like it, deal with it. You know how to get a hold of me. But either way, Sting with a big win over John Cena there to start off this episode of Open Fight Night. And I am just happy that he's back. The next match, from what I've been told, is a Fatal 4-Way Internet title number 1 contender match for the women's division. Who's in that match? No idea. Fourth of all, I actually do know who was in it, but freaking, in kayfabe I don't, because, this is supposed to be an Open Fight Night show. Anybody and everybody is able to show up and have something they want to fight. Either way, next match is for the women's. And this is the next match of Open Fight Night, which is the Fatal 4-Way Women's Internet title number 1 contender match. And the first one to come out is Zarina King, a former women's champion of this company, and AOT too, and the AWF, and the PWTF. Zarina's been winning titles left and right since she first showed up those months ago, a couple of years ago. She also had a different haircut back then. She's since cut her hair, so this is pretty much the same outfit that she had back then. And now Zarina's hoping to get another shot at the women's internet title, which is still currently held by Black Canary somehow. She has held that title since she won it, and she's beaten Zarina once before. And here comes Zarina's first opponent. And this is an elimination match where pinfalls and submissions have to happen in the ring. It's not false count anywhere. And one of her opponents is Daenerys. Jesus Christ, that flame pyro was freaking blinding. And we still haven't gotten a nameplate that freaking work for her yet. Either way. Daenerys and Zarina in the same ring. This is going to be interesting, to say the least. Daenerys came up short in the Women's Tournament of Glory, which, as you all should know by now, if you've been watching, Cammy ended up winning that, and Cammy will face winner between Sonya and Princess Zelda from New Beginnings 3. I'm not spoiling it because that video is still freaking somewhat new. I'd like the people to go back and watch that video so you won that match. Either way. Already starting off with Daenerys and Zarina. This match is already freaking going to be interesting as all hell. Now I just wonder who the other two people in this match are going to be. And it's freaking Spider-Gwen as the third member of this match. Freaking former AOT2 Women's Champion. And I can say that freaking she's a multi-time AOT2 Women's Champion because I won't spoil it this much. By the time this video is up, Zarina beat Spider-Gwen for the title at the AOT2 pay-per-view that just happened recently. So the fact that they're both in this match is kind of freaking ironic. And Spider-Gwen is going to pay back against Zarina for taking the Women's Championship of AOT2 Wrestling. At least the green side of things. Or maybe she'll just be focused on trying to win this company's women's internet title, I don't know. And here comes Misty, speaking of former women's champions. Misty was a two-time former women's champion, I believe. And it's been a while since I've seen her, so it's nice to see her that she's back. And now she's competing for a shot at the internet title against these 3 other women. One of which is somebody who's also a former women's champion of this company, just like Misty is. Now we know who the 4 women in this match are. And one of these 4 is going to be facing Black Canary for the title. At Hunting Grounds or the next Super Show that's coming up sometime this month. One of those 2. Either way. It'll be interesting to see. And let's get this 4-way match underway between these girls. And immediately punches and kicks are flying everywhere. And Zarina's going after Daenerys immediately. And Zarina whooping Daenerys in the corner while Misty's going at him with Spider-Gwen. And Zarina with a DDT off the middle turnbuckle to Daenerys. And Spider-Gwen with a headlock on Misty into a neckbreaker while Zarina nails a Russian leg sweep to Daenerys there. Or Daenerys did. Springboard kick there by Spider-Gwen to Misty, who just kicks her off. And Spider-Gwen came from not only AO22 but also LWW Rumble. Bulldog by Daenerys to Zarina there. And now Spider-Gwen's going after Zarina. Now Misty and Daenerys are going at it. And Zarina with a suplex to freaking Spider-Gwen there. And now Daenerys just kicks and which Misty blocked into a dragon screw. And Spider-Gwen is still going at it with Zarina in a headlock. Where Misty just kicks Daenerys, knocking her down there. And Zarina whipping Spider-Gwen into a knee to the midsection. And Misty blocking that kick again into another dragon screw. While Zarina with a chop to the chest of freaking Spider-Gwen there. And Daenerys putting Misty in the corner. And Spider-Gwen, Hurricane Rana there. Arm drag, or whatever the hell that was, by Daenerys. And Zarina missing with a heel kick. And Spider-Gwen with a drop kick. Another dropkick by Spider-Gwen while Daenerys whips Misty in the ropes. Tilt-a-whirl, freaking Hurricane Runner there by Misty and Daenerys, almost sending her into the ropes. And doing a dropkicking Spider-Gwen in the corner there. And now Zarina going with this weird rope submission on Spider-Gwen while Misty's nailing an arm drag to Daenerys. Another arm drag there by Daenerys and Misty. Spider-Gwen blocks a kick into another dragon screw. Now Spider-Man with a clothesline to Zarina there. And kicked in midsection of Misty by Daenerys. Now Daenerys tried to go for something there, but Misty reversed it into an atomic drop. And Zarina just repeatedly kicking Spider-Gwen in the head there. Dragon screw by Misty and Daenerys there again, by the way. Jumping knee by Spider-Gwen. Super kick by Misty. Twisting neckbreaker by Spider-Gwen and Zarina there. And now Misty going for a cover on Daenerys. Only one count. Hurricane Rana by Spider-Gwen to Zarina. Bubble Beam Stunner to Daenerys by Misty. And a drop kick by Spider-Gwen, who is now the only one left standing in the ring. And now Zarina's back up, and so is Misty. Arm drag by Misty there to Spider-Gwen. And headlock by Zarina and Daenerys. Backbreaker to Daenerys. Powerbomb to Misty by Spider-Gwen. And now Daenerys with a kip up. A shot to the back of Zarina by Daenerys. Now Daenerys and Spider-Gwen, well, they were both going at it with Zarina, but now Zarina and Spider-Gwen are going at it again. And Zaguri there. Eric Rana by Misty to Daenerys. Spider-Gwen, whatever that was, and now Misty missing the springboard. Elbow drop, which Daenerys missed. Neckbreaker to Spider-Gwen there by Zarina. A slap to the face of Misty there by Daenerys. And now Daenerys has Misty up for a flapjack. And now Zarina picking up Spider-Gwen and nailing her with the final notice flatliner. Going for a cover, Zarina. Springboard by Daenerys! And kick out by Spider-Gwen. And Misty tripping up Daenerys there. And now Zarina going for the King's Clash of Spider-Gwen. 1, 2, and Spider-Gwen's the first one gone. I don't know what the hell Daenerys tried to go for there on Misty, but Zarina broke it up. And now Daenerys and Zarina with kicks to Misty. Enziguri and a super kick to Misty there by Daenerys and Zarina. Now I think Daenerys and Zarina probably be being smart about it and ganging up on Misty. Headlock take over there. Watch out, ref. Oh god, now Daenerys with a springboard, which she barely hit them with. Enziguri and Misty there by Zarina. And now Zarina just kicks to the head of Misty again there. And Misty blocking whenever Zarina tried to go for there. And Misty with a DDT to Zarina there. And Misty rolling Zarina over, going for a cover. One, only one count. Hurricane by Misty there to Zarina. And Zarina punching Misty off there. Daenerys has Misty up for another flapjack. They're going for covers. Daenerys, 1, 2, and Misty kicks out at 2. And now Daenerys whipping Misty into the corner. And now Zarina with a Russian leg sweep to freaking Daenerys there. And now Misty with a suplex to Zarina. Now Misty going for a cover and Zarina. 1, only a 1 count. And now Zarina reversing whenever Daenerys tried to go for there. And now Daenerys with an armbar on Zarina. Now Daenerys and Misty ganging up on Zarina, I guess. DDT to Zarina there by both of them. And a kick to the back of Zarina there by Misty. Zarina with a kip up. And Zarina just running in the... And now Zarina with a kick to midsection of Misty. Whoops her in the ropes. Heel kick or a drop kick, 1 or 2. And another one to Misty there. And catches her with a neckbreaker to Misty by Zarina. And Zarina going for cover. 1, 2, and Misty's gone. Now it's just down to Daenerys and Zarina. And Zarina with a final notice flatline into Daenerys. Going for cover. 1, 2, and Zarina wins the 4-way match. Daenerys making the mistake of holding her head at the worst possible time, and Zarina capitalized. And Zarina will be challenging Black Canary for the internet title for the women's division once again in the near future. After this insanity freaking of a match. Surprisingly, no weapons were involved. And DQs were off, so they could have grabbed weapons if they wanted to. But they all freaking pretty much settled it in the ring, thankfully. The next match is another match that was supposed to happen on the Halloween special that I wanted to do, but wasn't able to do. Applejack will take on Starfire. I had to remember freaking for a second there. That's a bit of a grudge match because of freaking what happened between Raven and Pinkie Pie recently. But either way, and thankfully, at least Pinkie and Raven will not be at ringside. Because the only people that were told to show up to this show, at the time of this recording, were the ones that were scheduled to be on the card. The last thing we need is people freaking causing any more interferences. Either way, big win for Zarina there. Again, congrats, because now she's getting a title shot at Black Canary again. Hopefully she can redeem herself. And this next match is a 1-on-1 match between Applejack and Starfire. And as you can see, Applejack is still freaking the women's tag team champion along with Pinkie Pie. Spoiler for that match from the pay-per-view that happened recently. And it was a pretty good tag team match too. Crazy enough. One that Pinkie and AJ managed to pull out the win in the tag team match for the titles. It was against Tifa and Aerith. And like I said, Pinkie and AJ had to fight like their lives depended on it. Trust me, it did. For a couple of times, it was close. Pinkie and AJ are still the women's tag team champions of this company, and the only ones so far. Because I guess these two freaking girls from freaking MLP universe really want to hold on to these tag belts for a long time. And here comes the other half of the Teen Titans, freaking Starfire, who AJ blames for why Pinkie lost against Raven when they had their match a couple of weeks ago. And AJ was like, I want a match against this redheaded bitch. Well, she didn't call her a bitch, but you know, she was freaking livid, let's just say that. And Paul Phoenix was like, okay, just don't kick me in the face. Because you might be a human right now, but freaking I know that you still have the power of your horse form. That and Applejack freaking is a farm girl, like I said. She could probably kick somebody freaking like a field goal. How strong her legs, probably. You know, country girls don't fuck around, man. And let's get this match between these two underway. And Applejack immediately with punches and Starfire blocks out, went into a headlock, slams her face first against the ring. Elbow drop to the back of AJ there by Starfire. And now AJ whipping Starfire into the corner. Clothesline knocks her down. AJ picking up Starfire, and there's more punches of Starfire there and a kick dazing her. And now AJ sets her on the middle rope. And now Starfire with a headlock on AJ just shoves her away and just slaps her in the face. And now kick the midsection of Starfire by AJ and just repeated punches there and a go behind by AJ and Starfire, or just flips her over. Knee to the back of AJ there by Starfire, and AJ just shoves her off. Powerbomb Starfire there by AJ. Misses the elbow drop. Con elbow tap between the two. Sean McCarty's going to be happy somewhere. Into a headlock by AJ and Starfire. Elbow to the face. And Starfire box kicked in into a dragon screw. And now Starfire with another hurricane run to the AJ there. And a shot to the back of AJ. And to a go behind by Starfire. And into a suplex to AJ there by Starfire. And misses a slap there, and a drop kick by Starfire to AJ. There's another slap and more kicks by Starfire to AJ. And AJ with just a pair of punches and a headlock on Starfire. And an elbow to the head of Starfire there by AJ. Shoulder tackle knocks her down. Whiffs the elbow drop again. And an elbow to the chest of Starfire there by AJ. And AJ picking up Starfire. That punches knocks her down there. And now AJ picking up Starfire again into another headlock. And AJ just punches her down. Now, AJ just repeatedly punching Starfire in the head. Another elbow drop by AJ there to Starfire. And Starfire with just a punch to the midsection of AJ. Into an armbar by Starfire. And AJ reverses it into an arm drag. Another punch to the face of AJ there by Starfire. And an elbow to the head of AJ there. Into a go behind, into a headlock. Slams her face first against the ring again to Starfire. And a Starfire with armbar and AJ. Arm drag to AJ there by Starfire. And AJ trips her up there. Misses the elbow drop again. Punch the face and more kicks, but AJ blocks that one and trips her up again. Misses the elbow drop again. If you can't hit it, AJ, then quit going for the elbow drop. Now AJ with a suplex to Starfire. Now AJ dragging Starfire away from the ropes. Going for cover is AJ. One. Only one count. And now AJ with a neck breaker to Starfire. Going for cover is AJ again. 1, 2, and Starfire kicks out. And now AJ going for her patented powerbomb to Starfire. Going for cover again. 1, 2. And AJ gets the win with the powerbomb. And I swear AJ, because if she ever decided to challenge for a singles title, I would not be surprised if AJ won, because AJ is a tough freaking lady. And she's had a pretty good winning streak going so far. I think she's undefeated in singles matches so far. So you can AJ with the win over Starfire, and a bit of redemption for her and Pinky, kinda. More so Pinky, because, Pinky lost to Raven and everything. And I'm sure this feud that's being brewing between the T-Titans and Rain Booms is far from over. The main event of this Open Fight Night episode is Jesus defending the King of Wolves title against, I don't know who. Legitimately, I have no idea who. I was just told that Jesus was going to be defending his title on this show. And Jesus has a world title match already in the future against freaking... I'm not going to spoil who's the world champion right now, but let's just say it's going to be epic, I'm sure. And if Jesus can defend his King Wolves title in the main event, he'll only have to defend it 2 more times, and then he'll have another world title opportunity. Should he lose this one against who's the current world champion, either way. And this is the main event of this impromptu episode of Open Fight Night, where Jesus is defending his King of Wolves championship against a random opponent. Because apparently, since this match was supposed to happen at the Halloween special that never happened, Jesus put out a challenge and somebody accepted. So it'll be interesting to see who it is that's facing Jesus for his title in this match. And here comes Jesus making his way out to the ring. Jesus won the King of Wolves title by winning the King of the can't remember. Tournament of Glory, that's right. He won the Tournament of Glory by defeating Loki in the finals. And I seriously need to change his entrance back to The Rock, personally. I like The Rock entrance more than this Chris Jericho one. And freaking. It was like I said, Jesus won this title when he won the Tournament of Glory. And he also won himself a world title opportunity. And Jesus is challenging the World Heavyweight Champion at Hunting Grounds. Either later on this month or sometime in December. Depending on when I can get that pay-per-view done. And right now, Jesus has to worry about defending that King of Worlds title against whoever his random opponent is that accepted his challenge. And if Jesus manages to retain this title 3 times, he'll have another world title opportunity in the bank, should he lose against who the world champion is right now. And it'll be interesting to see what happens when those two face each other, in the case of Jesus and the current world champion. It'll be definitely interesting to see, that's for sure. Here comes Jesus' opponent. Oh god, I know who this is. I haven't seen him in quite some time. Not since he lost to Damian King at Final Hunt 2. It's the former New Gen champion and former US champion of the main roster, Cassian Mother Effin Cinders. I haven't seen him in months. And now he's challenging Jesus for the King of Worlds title. Well, I know it would be nice to see Cassian wearing a title again, since this, like I said, this dude is a former New Gen World Champion. And I see a bright future ahead for this guy. But he has to be freaking. Hasn't really had much of a chance to show his capabilities, even though, like I said, he's a former New Gen champion and a former US champion. 2-time, I believe. So it'd be interesting to see what happens when Cassian challenges Jesus in this match. Especially since Cassian hasn't been in a wrestling ring for a while. Hopefully he doesn't have any ring rust. And there's the challenger and the champion. And there's the challenger, I should say. Cassian Mother Effin Cinders, former New Gen champion. And there's the current King of Worlds champion, Jesus, and #1 contender for the World Heavyweight title, Jesus. And this is, like I said, this is Jesus' first title defense of that title. And if he can do the same thing that Jack 6 did by retaining it 3 times consecutively, like I said, he'll have 2 world title opportunities. The one that he won from winning the King of the Glory, you know what I mean, Tournament of Glory, and then that one. And let's get this main event underway between these two. Collar and elbow tie between the two start off. Sean McCarty's going to be happy about that. And another one. And the third collar and elbow tie between the two of them, trying to test each other's strength. And like Sean's got to be jizzing like no tomorrow when he sees this, hopefully. Like these, and now Cassian with a headlock on Jesus, kicked the midsection of Jesus, twisting neckbreaker by Cassian Cinders. Whips him in the corner, does Cassian. He's kicked the midsection of Jesus there. And just grinding his knee against Jesus' face, which you can't see because a dumbass ref is standing in the shot. Kicked the midsection of Cassian Cinders by Jesus. Whips him in the ropes. Watch it, ref. Samoan drop there by Jesus. And now another collar and elbow tie between the two of them. And now Jesus with a go behind on Cassian. Chop block to the big guy by Jesus. And now Jesus with a headlock on Cassian. And a backbreaker to Cassian by Jesus. An elbow drop to the chest of Cassian there by Jesus. And now Jesus with an armbar on Cassian. Now into an armbar submission. Trying to break his arm there. And now Cassian whipping Jesus into the corner. And now Cassian with a clothesline taking Jesus' head off. And now Cassian whooping Jesus. Oh, no, Jesus reversed, but I'm trying to go over there to kick the midsection into a DDT. Go behind by Jesus and Cassian. First neck breaker there or something, or I don't know what the hell that was. And Cassian with another DDT to Jesus there. And now Cassian with a go behind on Jesus, who just flips him over there. An armbar by Jesus. Neck breaker by Jesus to Cassian. A shot to the back of Cassian there by Jesus. Into a headlock. Now Cassian with a drop toe hold to Jesus there. And Cassian just a pair of punches there. And the kick and misses the heel kick. As Jesus dodged out of the way there. And now Jesus knocking Cassian in against the ropes. Whoops him to the outside. Does Jesus. Now Jesus with a suplex to Cassian, bringing him back into the ring. And now Jesus with an armbar on Cassian. Dragon screw to Cassian there by Jesus. Whiffs the kick there. And Cassian just a pair of punches and a kick to midsection. Another kick to midsection. That shot just knocks him in the corner. Now whips him in the corner. Watch out, ref. Running shoulder tackle to Jesus there by Cassian. Now just grinding his knee against Jesus' face again. Kick to midsection to Cassian by Jesus. And a go behind. And Cassian reverses it into a belly to back suplex. Now Cassian with a go behind on Jesus. And Jesus reverses whatever Cassian tried to go over there. Belly to back suplex to Cassian there. And now Jesus with an elbow drop to the chest to Cassian. And now a DDT by Jesus by Cassian. And of course there's a car freaking driving by like a dumbass in the background. While Jesus is putting the stomps to Cassian's chest. Chop to the chest to Cassian and put him in the ropes. And now Jesus with a slingshot into the ropes to Cassian there. And Cassian just punches him off. Kick to midsection of Jesus. And a heel kick that time by Cassian with Jesus there. Cassian with a headlock on Jesus. Whips him in the corner. Running shoulder tackle again. And now Cassian just grinding his knee against Jesus' face. And now just slamming him against the ring is Cassian. Just slamming Jesus' head against the ring, I should say, repeatedly. Like a basketball. And now Cassian with an armbar on Jesus. Shot to the arm of Jesus by Cassian. Who blocks the kick into a dragon screw. Does that impact how big Cassian is compared to Jesus? I'm not surprised that Jesus could probably block kicks from him. Close on Jesus there by Cassian. And Jesus trips him up. And Jesus was just a kick to the midsection of Cassian there, who just kicks him off with a boot to the face of Jesus. Another DDT by Cassian. And Jesus just punches him off. And they just ran right into each other. Clothesline by Cassian again to Jesus. And Jesus with a punch to the breadbasket there of Cassian. And Jesus with a DDT of his own at Cassian. These two just trading DDTs. And now Jesus setting up for the Heaven's Elbow. Most holy move in all of professional wrestling. And he nails it. Well, the Heaven's Elbow, sorry. Going for a cover is Jesus. One. Only a one count. Pfft. And now Jesus whipping Cassian into the ropes. Into a catch. Heaven's bottom. The Cassian there by Jesus. I didn't even know that was a catch move. 1, 2, and kick out by Cassian. And Jesus with just a flurry of punches at Cassian in a headlock. It just reverses it into a Russian leg sweep. Fourth wall break. Springboard by Cassian first, though. I didn't know the freaking rock bottom was a catch move. Learn something new every day. That's a fourth wall break for you. And now Cassian picking up Jesus. Springboard crossbody, which he nails. And now Cassian going for the Cinder Breaker. And he nails it. Now he beat Reptile for the New Gen World Championship years ago. Never cover. 1. Only have 1 count. These guys just no-selling everything. Oh god, no Cassian. With an F5 to freaking Jesus. And now Cassian go for cover. 1, 2, and Jesus kicks out again. Into a headlock on Jesus by Cassian. Into a neck breaker. And now Jesus is back up. Jesus is hulking up. Cassian, you fucked up. He's hulking up. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan. He's risen. Yo. Now you definitely fucked up, Cassian. Oh. Oh. Off the ropes. Oh. Big boot by Jesus. And the heavenly leg drop. Nailed it. Going for cover is Jesus. 1, 2, and Cassian kicks out again. Fuck. Punch the face of Cassian there by Jesus into a headlock. And a gutbuster to Cassian by Jesus. And an elbow drop. And now Cassian's pissed. And a headlock by Cassian. That knocks him down there. Clothesline knocking down Jesus by Cassian. And just slams him down in the ring. Oh god, now Cassian going the top turnbuckle. Diving headbutt to the back of Jesus. And now Cassian going for another Cinder Breaker. And he nails it. Going for covers Cassian. 1, 2, and Jesus kicks out again. And now Cassian. F5 to Jesus, busting him open somehow. And Cassian just stomping at him for good measure. And drags him up again. Go for covers Cassian. 1, 2, and Cassian's the new King of Wolves champion. Freaking holy shit, I was not expecting that. Cassian is the new King of Wolves champion. Did not see that coming. And now Cassian is not only holding a title again, but he's also has a chance to challenge for the world title if he can retain that thing 3 times in a row. Which, if this is anything to go by, Cassian is quite capable of doing so. Freaking, but what a way to end this open fight night episode. If you like this video, leave a like, comment, all that stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Peace! And freaking congrats on the win for Cassian. And I feel bad for Jesus. But at least he still has his world title opportunity from winning the Tournament of Glory. At least he has that.